Welcome everybody, this is Happy Dynast, and today I'm going to try to predict if games that are supposed to come out in March and April of 2025 will be successful or if these games will flop. Also, I'm going to try to predict how successful these games will be. For that purpose, I created tier list with 5 tiers. First tier is Big Success Game of the Year material. The last tier is Never Had a Chance to Succeed. I think you get the point, but before I start, I would like to say one more thing. I already did the same type of video, but for different months. I was predicting success of games that are supposed to come in January and February of this year. So if you are interested in seeing how I will predict success of these games, go and check that video out. With that said, let's begin. So the first game we have on our list today is called Split Fiction. This is the game from the same studio that created It Takes Two and A Way Out, which are quite successful games from what I could gather in my research, and that's why I think this game will be also successful. So I'm going to put it here. And why did I put it into the slop category? It is because I don't think this game is anything special when we compare it against its predecessors. And what else I can say? I would say one thing that can get it into the lower tier is the graphic design. It is one of those cartoonish, modern, sanitized art styles that can be identified as woke, and if somebody would raise controversy because of that, it could give this game bad name and put it into the lower tier. But there is one more thing that could also put this game into the higher tier, and that is how starved is market for the split screen games. If you are the guy that was used to play split screen games in his childhood, or if you are a married couple that would love to play something together, and there is just not that many games like this on the market, and because of this starvation, this game is something many people will pick up just because there is too few titles that can provide what this game will provide. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's continue. So next game on our list is called Tales of the Shire. This is a life simulator / cooking simulator with Lord of the Rings paint on it. Where would I put this game? I'm going to put it into Never Had a Chance to Succeed. I think this game is made for Stardew Valley audience, but I don't think studio that is making this game put much effort into this game. It almost feels like a cash grab. Also, I don't think this game has a chance to succeed just because how many great games is in this genre, and all of these games are better than this one. When I was watching gameplay, I immediately noticed there is no voice acting in this game. Gameplay is very boring. Story is very boring, at least the story they already shown. And purpose of this game is kind of taking care of the plants cooking and inviting your hobbit friends to dinner so you can grow friendship with them. And I don't think this is interesting. Like, it can work, like Stardew Valley proved that it can work, but you need to have good story for that and good dialogue. And from what I saw, it good dialogue just is not there in this game, okay? At least in my opinion, I don't think this game had any chance to succeed. I think I told everything about it. No, one more thing. There was controversy, at least from what I saw on the internet, and I saw that people were telling that they are making some hobbits black, that Shire is all of the sudden very diverse place when all the hobbits should look kind of Caucasian, or at least from what I gathered from people that were talking about this controversy, it sounded like they are not supposed to be hobbits with black skin color. But like, I can see it. Tolkien was writing about English mythology, and it isn't very diverse setting because of that. So I can definitely see that. But in my opinion, this game cannot even go any lower. Like this controversy is some problem, sure, but this game has so many other things wrong with it. I don't think it deserves any other tier than this. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is that this game has character creation, but every character you can create is very unappealing. I get what they were going for. They were trying to make this fairy tale graphic, but I even think they managed to do that. But then when we look at the characters they created, they look all very unappealing, and every single character you can create also is very unappealing. So it's just another bad sign for this game. So for now, never had a chance to succeed for this game. I don't think this game can be in any other tier. But we shall see. Maybe I'm wrong. Next game on our list is called Atomfall, which is game inspired by Fallout and Stalker series. Stalker series is definitely a cult hit, and Fallout series is something that reached definite mainstream success. And where would I put this game? I would put it into the flop slop category. I think this may be quite divisive opinion, but I will try to defend it. In my opinion, where I was watching gameplay of this game, it looks to me like the type of game you probably already played. And what I mean is one of those games that when you start playing, it will grips you. It is really interesting. But the longer you play, the more boring it seems. And it's that kind of game you will probably not even finish, in my opinion. And I have more reasons to think that it is this type of game. I saw that there are like basically 3 types of enemies. There are like the soldier enemies who have like guns that were supposed to like keep quarantine. There are like breeds that are more savage, like they are cultists that worshipping some deity or something. There are robots, which are supposed to be main tough enemy of this game. And then there are ferals. And that's it. And you already saw these 4 categories of enemies in many games. I think you already see ferals, you already saw the soldier enemies, bloody cultists are in every single post-apocalyptic game. So yeah, nothing that interesting. And I don't think they even took the concept everybody uses in their games and made it more interesting. They just seem very basic factions to me. What I saw in gameplay, and I think it can really hurt this game, is how dumb. Sorry for my English. I mean stupid, okay? If I didn't pronounce it correctly, I mean NPCs are really stupid in this game. I saw player run towards enemy and then just start stabbing it with a knife, and the soldier enemy didn't know what to do. Its AI was completely incapable to do anything against the player, so it just stood there and let itself to be killed after like 8 stabs. And this is a really problem in my opinion. If you also watch gameplay for this game and you will start noticing, you will see how not smart enemies are. Art style for this game is quite nice, but I have one problem with art style, and that is for the feral enemies. When you look at those enemies, they seems to not fit into the art style of the game very much, at least in my opinion. Oh yeah, and one last thing I forgot to mention is animations in this game don't look very well. I saw many times when player hit the enemies, there was some reaction, but it wasn't nearly what you would expect if you hit somebody with the cricket bat. So yeah, I think this game belongs into the flop-slop category. Like I said, I can be wrong. This is quite divisive opinion, and this is one of those games that I don't think they will be very successful, but in the same time they can surprise. Maybe developers have something in their sleeve that can bring this game into the higher tier. I just didn't see anything in the gameplay video they released. So yeah, flop-slop category for now, but that can change. Now, I would like to rate game that is not on this list, and I already predicted how successful this game will be in my previous video, but developers decided to change release date for that game, and that changes my rating, and that's why I want to readdress it now. The game I'm talking about is Assassin's Creed Shadows, and in my last video I put it into never had a chance to succeed category, and few people disagreed with me in the comment section that they basically told me that I shouldn't put that game there just because it is Assassin's Creed. But main reason I put it into the tier was the release date, and the release date of Assassin's Creed Shadows was 3 days after Kingdom Come Deliverance would release. And in my opinion, when I was looking at that, I just didn't think many people would decide it to buy Assassin's Creed Shadows over Kingdom Come Deliverance. But now, because they changed the release date and Assassin's Creed Shadows is supposed to come out in March, and there is no real competition for Assassin's Creed, there is Split Fiction, Atomfall, Tales of the Shire, Inzoi, Last Berserker, Kazan, and I think none of these games is worthy competition for Assassin's Creed, so I'm going to put it into the higher tier. Few people that decided to comment under my previous video were even arguing about Assassin's Creed Shadows being a financially successful game, but I really think just because of how many controversies surrounds this game, I think those controversies will put many potential buyers off this game, you know? And that's why I think this game have no chance of being financially successful, just because of those controversies. My prediction is this will be flop-slop category. This game have a chance to succeed now, but I don't think that chance is very high. Next game I'm going to rate is called The First Berserker Kazan. This is a soul-like game that is made by Korean studio. I think this one, I think I will rate this game quite quickly. So, do I think this game will be success? I think this game will be success because when I was watching trailer for this game, I saw some popular YouTubers from FromSoft community or YouTubers that are covering FromSoft games that were commenting on trailer of this game, and that means they will probably cover this game, which means they will promote it to their audience, and that's why I think this game will be successful. Game looks really nice. It has good graphics, great sound design, and combat looks really like brutal, like you need to be constantly on your toes, otherwise you will die. And that is something that Souls-like community likes. That is again one point against this game, and that is Souls-like community is kind of put off by these Souls-like games when they are not made by From Software, because you can look at how successful, how it is called, Elden Ring was. But when you look at some Souls-likes that are not made by From Software, you can see that many of these people that are willing to buy From Software games, they are not willing to buy Souls-like games that are not made by From Software, if that makes sense. But like I said, I saw some YouTubers from this like Elden Ring community commenting in comment section for Berserker of Kazan, and that's why I think this game will be promoted to quite a large audience that is interested in this kind of games, and I think it will be good game. I think it will be good game just because of the graphics, the sound design, how the gameplay looks like, and that and because of the YouTubers that already did comment that these games look really interesting. Okay, next game on our list is Inzoi. What is Inzoi? Inzoi is basically seems like game, and it comes in time where main Sims series is very stale. Many Sims fans are complaining that Sims is no longer as fun as it used to be. They are complaining about endless DLCs, and this will probably be main competition for the Sims series in the future. I think this game will be successful only based on that how starved the Sims community is for competitor. So yeah, I think it will be successful. From what I saw, there is nothing that could put off Sims fans, which is very good for this game. This game has really good graphics. I must really mention this. It has really good graphics. Characters look really. What is the word again? Characters looks really interesting, like appealing. Yeah, that word again. Characters looks really appealing, and what more, you can drive cars in this game, which is very interesting feature none of the Sims games have. If you think about it, in Sims 4 you cannot even go freely around the city. They completely cut that feature from the game. You could, I think, only do it in Sims 3. So yeah, Inzoi, I think this will be success. I don't think it will be Game of the Year material though, and that's just because it is Sims is kind of the niche thing, and that's why I think the Inzoi will be kind of a niche thing. The fans of this Sim series already proven they are really willing to spend money for their Sim game, but I don't think it ever can translate into Game of the Year material. But yeah, Inzoi, definitely success. It will. If this game will not be successful, I will be really surprised. And the last game on our list is called The Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. It is the last game in this list, and from what I was reading next in this article, they just didn't know exact release dates for the other games that were mentioning in this article. So it is last game for the biggest games coming in 2025. So what I think about this game, I think it will be either a fun slop or it will be flop slop. This game is I'm really thinking about this, but basically this game is something like Street Fighter. It is supposed to be from studio that has experience with these types of games, but I am not quite sure if they can really compete with the Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, which are the dominating series or franchises in this genre. Depend on their budget, I would say they can succeed or they can fail. This game has certainly very interesting graphics and very interesting character design. I would say most of the characters in this game are appealing. But still, even after all of this I did mention, I'm still not sure if it will be success or not. It really depends on how big was the budget for this game, how many people they will convince to buy this game and play this game. I think once people will start playing this game, they will enjoy it. You know, I think I would leave it in the fun slop category. I really think this game can be successful and it has probably bigger chance to succeed than not. Is there something I didn't mention? Oh yeah, so there is a really annoying voice line where you are fighting the characters and game is constantly screaming counter hit at you. I hope they will remove it, otherwise I think that game will be really put down by the players and they will choose to play Street Fighter instead. But because of how many people were complaining about it, I think they will remove it, or at least they will add option to remove it. So I would not render this point against this game. There is supposed to be some character customization, and I don't think any other fighting game is coming in the time around the release of this fighting game. So with all that said, I would really leave it in the fun slop category. It is slow because it's just another fighting game. I didn't saw anything really groundbreaking that could put it into the success good game or game of the year material. But in the same time, I didn't see anything bad that would insult me or made me think that this game will be not successful. So yeah, I would leave it here. I think it will be successful, and when we will do review for this list, we shall see if I was right or not. Okay, this was the last game on this list. Do you agree with me? Would you put these games on the same tiers as I did, or would you put these games on different tiers? Let me know. If you know anything about these games that could change my rating, please let me know in the comments. I am very small YouTuber, so if you want to support me, the best thing you can do for me is to like and subscribe, and I hope I will see you in my next video. Thank you and goodbye.